Hello and welcome to the Big Brain Singer channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you found us. And if you're a regular, then it's great to have you here again. My name is Charlie, I'm a professional singer and vocal coach. The goal of this channel is to bring singers and music lovers like yourself closer to the human voice on a human level. That's why all of these reactions we do here are done live with live viewers like yourself. Links to that live stream are down below in the description if you want to join us live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and ask me any questions you want to know about your favorite singers. Also, apparently, like 85% of you guys watching these reactions aren't actually subscribed to the channel, so please click that button down below if you don't mind, as it really does help the channel grow. Being a subscriber is also a great way to know exactly when a new reaction to your favorite artist gets published, especially if you hit the bell icon. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, when I'll explain exactly how to get your favorite songs reacted to and uploaded here as fast as possible. Again, thanks for being here, and please sit back, relax, and enjoy some good f***ing music. And we're gonna listen to an aria from an opera called Turandot. You wanna start with Pav? We can start with Pav, and then we'll back up to... So we're gonna listen to an aria from Turandot. It's called Nessun Dorma. You've all heard, if you've ever heard any opera in your life, this is the thing you've heard. I'm sure of it. So we're gonna listen to the great Pavarotti, Luciano Pavarotti, sing Nessun Dorma. And this is actually just gonna be an audio, I believe. And then we're going to listen to Jarkko Ahola sing it as well. Now, stylistically and everything, they're going to be very different. Technique-wise, they're going to be very different. And I'm not going to try to do a comparison because that's like so not fair. Like that's not fair for either singers in this case. But I think it'll just be really fun to put them next to each other and just hear two amazing singers in their own right approach this song in different ways. So we'll start with Pavarotti and then we'll go back and listen to Jarkko. This is, 1976. This is early career Pavarotti, right? Arguably in his prime. So let's hear it. You can hear the crowd. They're all riled up. So Pavarotti's voice is iconic, right? No one sounds like him, but this recording is so special because you get so much of that chesty depth in the sound that he's optimized out of a lot of scenarios as his career moves on. This is very early. This is 1976. This is an earlier part of his operatic career, right? Tricks. See, like, pure power is right, but it's effortless. That's the key here. Like, it's effortless on the voice. It's like there's like a whole thunderstorm of power in his body that's just allowing the voice to be on autopilot, right? You can literally feel this performance by how his voice goes. Oh man. There's definitely a distance from the recording equipment, but that's how opera singing is best recorded. Like the sound an opera singer makes when they're singing with this kind of technique grows within space. It grows in time. So having a mic a couple inches away from someone's mouth is such a different sound when you're singing with an operatic technique than if you have it 3 feet away or 5 feet away, because of the properties of the operatic technique. It's not meant to be heard this far away. It's meant to be heard, 30, 40, 50 feet away in a recital hall, right? It's amazing. Absolute beast. Yeah, Corelli as well. I think Corelli is less known by Pavarotti just because he's older. His prime time was much earlier. But yeah. Yes, Mark, newer recordings of operas are still done at a distance. But yeah, the technology is much better, so they're able to pick up the right frequencies, to have the right sound, to replicate the experience of being in an opera house. That's why opera houses are so expensive to maintain, because the acoustic is so important, right? One more time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the audience in a huge sauna just to get that really nice acoustic in there. I think one thing you might have associated Cosmic with like that old style of recording, you hear the authentic space. You hear, there's nothing covering up the space. And in newer recordings, they take the voice as it is in an acoustic and they remove the elements of hearing it in a space. Like it's hard to explain, but they take a voice sung in a really good acoustic space, and they capture the aspects of the voice that are amplified really well in that space, and then they remove the sound that you're in a space from it. And it's possible, from an audio engineering thing, and I'm a very novice audio engineer, so I don't know the exact specifics. I know there are people in chat who can understand it and explain it better than me. But it's basically you can hear the voice as it's meant to be heard live, but you can't hear the room anymore. And that's what newer operatic recordings are like. And these older recordings, they give it to you as it was, because there was a time, like they call it the golden era of operatic recordings, when opera was just blowing up, and that's all people listened to because that's what was being recorded, right? And it's same with old jazz recordings as well. Yeah, exactly. You get the character of the actual thing. You get the character of almost as if it were a live recording, because it's not a studio recording. Now, one of my favorite new singers is coming up right now, but new by my own personal, discovery. Eco Warrior Princess suggested this comparison because this guy is really a fantastic singer by all standards. Self-trained, self-taught. He has his own way of singing, but it's incredibly touching and very versatile. A great metal singer, Jarkko Ahola, right? He's going to be singing the same aria. Now, Jarkko is someone who is not trained operatically. He's not trained at all, really. He's trained himself. And he is someone who's used to singing with a microphone this close to his face. So knowing that, he's going to approach the way he sings this very differently. He's not operatically stylistic as Pavarotti was after training and training and training, which is fine too. But let's hear what kind of beautiful nuance this singer, from a totally different perspective, can bring out of the same song. Let's do it.
Joo, kyllä. Nessun dorma, nessun dorma. Tu pure, o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza.
So, gorgeous, right? Very beautiful sound. And it's completely different from what we heard before. Interestingly enough, on my Patreon, I made a listening guide. The first, and it just compares different vocal contrasting features. The first of it in the guide is bright and dark. And I use an example of this aria that he's singing, like this exact recording, to define like bright singing. And then there's another singer, he's a tenor named Jonas Kaufmann, who sings this, and he's like the opposite, like a completely dark voice. And I use his example to contrast dark. Now, bright singing in this case is completely like balanced and gorgeously colored in the vocal tract. And it's almost like it goes through a filter that sends like this beautiful, bright, iconic tenorial sound that he has. And he's not just stuck in it. He's creating all of these different vocal colors as he does it, which is absolutely amazing.
Ma il mio mistero chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò, quando la luce splenderà.
If you've watched that recording of that guy doing the Pavarotti, Freddie Mercury, like back-to-back version of this song, Jarkko approaches that last line in a really similar way. Whereas what Pavarotti does there is he keeps the power going and he keeps that vibrato moving, he keeps the sound because he needs to amplify it. Jarkko doesn't have the same pressure to amplify the sound in a natural way. He's not recording in an opera hall in 1976, right? Check this out. Check out the journey that his voice takes over the course of this line. Full-bodied and just diminuendos, this beautiful, breathy, high, airy, supported sound. Continues a little bit of flutteriness. We'll give him a pass on the Italian. Nice. He gets a second for a break. See, like, if you asked me a year ago to listen to this, I would be like, oh, this is an operatic. This is so unstylistic. But because of this reaction community we've made and all of this activity we have and listening to different singers, this is absolutely stunning. Like, and Eco, thanks for telling me. Jarkko was very sick when he sang this, and he lost his voice earlier in the week. And being able to do this, that's just called technique. You can be trained, untrained, whatever. If you can sing this way after having lost your voice like several days before, that's just pure technique. That's using your body, using your air, using your voice in the most optimal way. What unreal singing. The Stream Elements song list gets redirected to your Stream Elements homepage if you logged in. Oh, I didn't know that. They should fix that. Stream Elements has given me a lot of problems in the past. I would love to find a better solution. But anyway, let's listen to this last section. Because, I mean, this whole song is just a big build-up to these last high notes. And what a singer does with these last high notes is... Oh my gosh. I want to stop it as he does things to say something about it, but like this whole sequence is so impressive. Oh. So he's using the acoustic, right? See, notice how his head is down like this, right? Because when your head is down like this, you have a better way of experience. You have an easier time experiencing the actual resonance. What this feels like to him singing, I only know this because I'm a tenor and I've done this before. Not necessarily the larynx down apivita, which is a misconception, right? You think that this lowers your larynx. This actually raises your larynx a little bit and is not optimal for fully releasing here. But for high tenor, very pure resonant sound like what he's making, you don't necessarily need everything to be totally relaxed. He's not necessarily in the lowest laryngeal position. What he is able to do, though, by doing that is make sure that the sound he's creating is vibrating in that colorful space. His voice is very colorful. You get that natural, colorful timbre, right? It's sitting right. It's sitting right in that pocket. So by bending his head down, he's able to feel that better and make sure that he's in that spot as he's ascending to keep that color going. Which, although he's not a trained opera singer, he knows what this stylistically should sort of sound like, which he's doing an amazing job of. He's getting that soft palate lift and getting that vocal tract in a way to color the sound in a way that is appropriate, right? In the right direction. And once he knows he's in that spot, then he can let off. So he's not getting the same kind of aural and physical feedback in the head as he would with his head down like that. But he knows he can just keep doing the same thing and it'll be in that same resonant pocket. So now he eases up a little bit posture-wise. The sound also frees up as you can hear it. And he's able to go for that high note knowing that everything is perfectly lined up. Now, I'm only making the assumption that he's consciously doing this because he's in a state where his voice is tired, according to Eco Warrior Princess. Apparently, his voice was tired this week. He lost his voice earlier. So he's approaching this in a really intelligently smart way. Eases up. As long as it's all in the pocket, he's got that note for days because he knows what that feeling needs to be in order to have it, and he just needs to make sure it's there, which may take a little bit more effort or time than it would normally under amazing, conditions. The doctor forbid him to sing this because he was so sick, and yet he did it anyway. And that's a professional decision, right? It's a business decision. Do I spend more now in order to have to save more later? I mean, why not? If this is your livelihood and your career, why not? Absolutely amazing. So he holds his high note, this B flat B. I think that's an A, but it's regardless, he holds that for so long while he's standing there upright, really, really nice posture, really, really nice colored resonance. And Juanito, I'll fix it. And he holds it for a long time. And what does he do next? He gives us what? Is that a D flat D? Absolutely unreal. He's usually very careful with his voice. That makes sense. And because he sings with such specific colors. To sing this song and to be, here's the thing. And this is another just like huge assumption I'm going to make about this experience for him. But it almost feels like when you're one singer doing the songs of another singer, doing the songs of another genre that you're not, that's not your specific expertise, you're acting as an ambassador to that genre, right? Whoever hears this, if there's a big opera fan person who hears that a Finnish metal singer is singing one of the most iconic arias from your favorite genre, you're going to be speculative. And so by him agreeing to do this and him going forth and doing this, he's acting as an ambassador for the entire Finnish metal genre to anyone who knows opera more than they know Finnish heavy metal. So with all that being said, like, bravo to him. Bravo literally means you are brave in a congratulatory way. Bravo to him for taking that challenge when he was not in the best of health and absolutely blowing it out of the park. That all being said, like, amazing, amazing singing. It's the same dynamic, right? When we watch the Best Zangers videos, all of those singers are singing for other people from different styles, and they themselves are singing different styles of music than they're used to. So, with that being said, it's like they're all ambassadors for themselves, and they have to represent their genre as much as they have to represent themselves. They're at the top of their own genre, so at this point, they're representing what it is best with, right? Finnish opera singer Valtteri Torikka singing classic rock from the same show. The list last time. Oh, I can't wait to hear that. But yeah, Eco Warrior Princess, absolutely a blast. That was such a fun comparison. Now we're gonna listen to Manowar, Nessun Dorma, back to back to back. Let's do it. I'm excited. And bravo, Jarkko. That was an amazing performance. I loved it. This is different.
Nella tua fredda stanza guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore.
No, this is fine, Cosmic. So, let's just reflect for a second. Jarkko had a head mic on, which can be pretty managed pretty easily. They can balance out everything he's doing. Now, we have Eric Adams using a dynamic microphone and almost sticking it in his mouth. The way he's singing is much more breathy, much more compressed and small, and so he has to bring it out by moving that mic very close. So he's not going for any sort of specific resonance. He's singing this song from the heart, and you can see, he's singing this song from an emotional standpoint, and not as much of a musically textured standpoint as Jarkko did, and certainly not from like a resonance standpoint as Pavarotti did. Now, look, 3 incredibly valid singers, incredibly successful, amazing singers, approaching music in a purely different way, right?
Ma il mio mistero ha chiuso in me. Il nome mio nessun saprà. No, no, sulla tua quando la luce splende.
Nice.
Ed il mio bacio scioglierà che ti fa mia.
His diction is really, really good, actually. And I love how much energy he's bringing in to the song. Basically, the story of this song, guys, is I will not sleep. I'm going to spend all night in order to be victorious. In the context of the opera, it's a prince who has to answer 3 riddles the next day, and if he does it correctly, he gets to marry the princess, and if he does it incorrectly, he gets killed. So this is him preparing for that trial. This is the prince in the opera preparing for that trial. And it's all just about victory, right? Pavarotti sang this at the Olympics. I think it was like early 2000s. And that's the idea. And so that's probably why it resonates so much with these really powerful singers from metal genres, because it's a really intense just concept, idea. It matches up with the aesthetic very much so. Hey, Grunge Grumpy, good to see you. Yeah! And he does it again! Okay. So now I think we can see where Jarkko got a little bit of inspiration musically, because as we see here, Eric Adams does that same, whatever it is, C sharp D. I don't have my keyboard on me, but he does that same like scream at the end. Well, now one thing that Jarkko does differently though is he doesn't color that last section with like such a metally compressed, bitey, distorted timbre that's stylistically appropriate for this kind of metal vocals, which we've heard Jarkko do that plenty. He did that at the end of Nessun Dorma. But Jarkko stays in his beautiful tenorial resonance, whereas Eric goes whole hog metal. But for the setting, I see it totally makes sense. Chamber metal. I like the idea of chamber metal. Eric was 58. Yeah, I mean, absolutely crushing it, dude. What a legend. There's also neo-classical metal. See, metal, you can say classical music and metal music are like the kingdoms of music, and then within them, there's so many different subgenres, right? Unreal. Let's hear this last section again, because that was super exciting, especially when they go back to hear it, or they do it again to just make it even more intense. Oh man, what a way to start the stream, guys. That is pure energy, pure musical raw energy, cross genre, amazing singing. Grunge Grumpy, is there speed classical or death classic? There should be. And I think as time goes on and metal becomes more accepted by the broader the broader community, the broader musical community, and classical musicians stop being so pretentious and precious with what their definitions and legitimacies, I think there will be more crossover in those genres, right? Mind you guys, I am one of those classical musicians that has been super not doing a good job at connecting with other styles of music until now. And I have you guys to thank for that. So I appreciate it. Hey, you're still here. I hope you enjoyed that look into what we do on Twitch to celebrate great singers. You know, I owe you a huge thank you for being a part of this awesome community and letting me share my love of singing with you guys. The growth on this channel has been absolutely immense, and while I can't read every single comment requesting reactions, here's what you can do to get your favorite songs featured on the channel. You've got 3 options. One is to join the Twitch stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. When you've logged into Twitch and are watching the live stream, you can type !react, followed by the URL of your requested video. This adds your song to the queue that we work through during live streams. Alternatively, if you're really in a rush to get me to react to your song, you can head to my tipping page in the description down below and request a song with a tip of $4 or more to get it seen ahead of all the non-tipped requests. Don't worry, I make sure that every dollar gets put towards improving the channel's content and the community. The third way to get your request up on the channel is to join my Patreon. And right now, throughout March and April of 2021, I'm holding a special promotion where a patron of any tier level can request a song and get it reacted to and posted on YouTube that month. Guaranteed. There are tons of other fun perks too, so I hope you check it out anyway. Thanks for watching. I hope you feel closer to the human voice and the artists you love, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Ciao. Tip turquoise. You are you so cute? Oh, thank you. Oh,